What is up, everybody? This is the Chop Shop Podcast presented by High Def Entertainment. I'm your host, DJ Joels. I got Queen G and DJ Nesto right here, my co-hosts.
What up, what up?
Hey.
What's going on? What's going on? You guys feeling good?
Always feeling good.
Yes.
Feeling good? You
Always.
guys look good?
Oh,
we
thank
always
you.
look good.
You know?
Thank you.
All right.
Look
all
at you
right.
with your Victor Valley Jackrabbit.
Hey, class of 06. Class of 06.
Yes.
Barely graduated. No,
Oh,
sorry,
snap. Sound like me.
barely made it. No, you know what? Got to represent. You know why? You know what? You gotta do the Jackrabbits, V-High. We're here at Rafa Production Studios,
Yeah.
right here in Old Town Victorville.
That's right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? Because we got a special guest. We got someone who is a longtime resident here in Victorville. She has put in a lot of years into the city of Victorville Public Works as a worker. She moved up to, all the way up to become the mayor of Victorville.
Oh, snaps.
You know what I'm saying? This is big right here. This is some
snaps.
real official stuff right here that we got going on right
I
here.
mean, they got to sit up straight.
Yeah, sit up straight.
Do a grito, Nesto. Do a grito.
Make sure that your house and your backyard's cleaned up too when you get home. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
snaps. A long weekend.
Yeah, but let's make some noise for Liz Becerra, all right?
Hey.
How we doing?
Oh, we're doing good.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm
Yeah.
doing
It's
good.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you guys too. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
That's
doing
good.
good.
That's
You
good.
got to stay busy, around
Yeah, we
here.
do.
Yeah. So you've had a busy few months.
Yes,
or-
last 3 months have been just
Crazy.
horrendous. If you guys think at the upper level, as much as we're seeing them on TV, here you have to go to events for people to see us because we ain't got CNN or none of that here.
Right.
So we got the Chop Shop. That's where I should have been here before.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Here I am today.
Yeah, that's right. But we got you here, and
Yep.
that's good. And like I was just thinking, like same thing, man. This whole election thing has been crazy.
Yes.
And then even like when me and Queen G have been doing a lot of networking, we went to Money Mondays for Justified thing at Cosmos, and there was a
Yes.
lot of politicians there,
Yeah.
trying to spread out what they're running for and all that. It was good. I like that social media is big now.
Yes.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's really big. And I see you're on social media now too, doing a lot of good campaigning and all that. Like, how much time do you put into that? Is it like strategic?
I don't do it. I hired somebody to do it because I don't know none of this.
That's good though.
I can open up a newspaper, and you guys are open up a newspaper. But
I still look at the newspaper.
Yeah.
Hey,
So, and that's what I know.
Yeah.
But I had to hire a company that's what they do. They made Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and
Websites.
website, all that they had to make. You have to pay for all that.
Right.
So doing it myself, didn't do it myself, but had to get everything ready,
Right.
interviews. We came here to do our photo shoots and everything. So it's a lot. It takes a lot out of your life to dedicate it, not knowing you're going to win or lose.
Definitely.
Not knowing you're going to win or lose. But
Yeah.
as of right now, we're looking good.
That's good.
We're looking good.
That's good.
good.
And you know what? Like, you got to put in money or like invest in as far as when it comes to your marketing, promotion. Same thing if you're a music artist or if you're a real estate agent, you got to put in, investments, for advertisements. It's the
Yes.
same thing with politicians. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because how else are you going to get the word spread out there,
Yeah.
Especially when everybody's on their phone nowadays.
You guys, your age group, just knows the phone.
Right.
You guys, if the phone tells you I'm a good candidate, you guys are in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in my day and age, you talked.
Right.
What did you think? Do you know her? This and that. But in this day and age, if it didn't come out of, digital, no one believes it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, look at, our new president. His right-hand man's going to be Elon Musk.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't get no
That
bigger
is
than Elon
crazy.
Musk.
Exactly.
So
he's going to run the presidency digitally.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to see more of what's going on, I think, behind the scenes now with him involved in everything. So we'll see how this changes our country.
Yeah, and right now we were kind of just like chomping it up before we started filming, and we said like fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of fake news out there.
Yes.
Of
One
course.
thing about community politics that we have an opportunity to talk to a lot of the politicians face to face, shake
Exactly.
their hands, ask them questions direct.
A lot of interaction.
Yeah, with like big, United States elections, stuff like that. We're kind of going off of what we read.
Yeah, what you guys read,
And a lot of our
so-
phones, we don't know what's fake. We don't know what's real. It's crazy nowadays.
Yeah, because anybody can put out an ad for or against a candidate, and you
Right.
don't know. And it's the way they word it that they're stretching the truth a little bit, or they're not giving you the whole story.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
That's why you don't want to believe everything the internet says.
Exactly.
You want to get do your own investigation before you do your decision.
Oh yeah.
And that's why when I started to run, I put my phone number out. It's still out there. Anybody can call me, 760-985-7373. I don't hide my phone number from anybody.
Right.
You want to call me and we'll talk.
Yeah.
You want to find out why and what's going on, call me anytime.
Yeah.
If I'm having dinner with the family, I'll tell you, hey, let me call you back in a bit. But if not, I'm available.
Yeah.
Because I work for you.
Right.
You heard it here.
Yeah. Well, that's what people really want is that they want to be able to, be more direct with, people who are in charge and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't want to feel like, I can't reach out to the mayor. I can't reach out to, head of council, whatever. Like, we want to change all that.
Yeah.
you know?
No, and I will.
Yeah.
You can come to a council meeting or you can email me. My email's available. I keep it with me 24/7.
Right.
So
That's good.
I'm available. To
yeah.
everybody.
So it's not hard to get a hold of you.
Not me.
I mean, you guys
Somebody
heard it.
knows
You guys
me.
heard it. You got a phone number, your
Somebody
email,
Yeah.
social media, wherever you guys can find her. You guys hit her up. She's willing to answer all your questions.
Yeah,
And if
for
I
sure.
don't know, I'll find out someone who does.
That's
and
right.
they'll get back with you.
That's right.
It may not be the answer you hoped, but somebody will get back with you.
That's right.
Yes.
So the best thing is because you communicate and you have the follow up.
Yes, and that's why.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
any questions, anything, a lot of people get tickets or whatever. Why? Why me? Why me? Hold on. Let's get code down there and find out what happened. Because we don't just show up just to show up. Something's going on down there, something happened, and we go down there, okay, now we have to check out the neighborhood.
Right. So we got you here. This is your first time here on the show. We like to kind of start from the beginning with our guests. We like a lot of the shows that we do, we really want to get like the backstory of a lot of our guests because we want to promote what they do, but we also want to get to know a little bit how they got from A to B.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So of course, and you being such a lifelong resident of Victorville, I've always felt like what are some of your best memories of the city of Victorville itself growing up?
The river.
The river. There we go.
That was where we hung out. That was where we
Yes.
went when I was little because I lived down across the tracks till I was 6 years old.
Wow.
So our weekends, we just
Was the river.
was a river, and there was no adults with us. There was no older kids with. The oldest one with us was probably 10 years old,
wow.
and we
No
were in the
way.
river. Yeah, but
That is crazy.
life wasn't as
Crazy
screwed up
it
as
is.
it is nowadays. And we
Yeah.
didn't have to worry.
Crazy.
We knew as soon as the lights came on, the street lights, they
Time to
started
go home.
humming.
Got to go home.
Time to go home.
Time to go home.
Or you're going to get the chancla or
Yeah.
something, you know what I'm saying?
Because somebody
Mom's gonna
knew
be
you.
outside the
You know,
door waiting with the
Exactly.
chancla.
Somebody across the tracks knew who you were and who your parents were.
Yeah.
And God forbid you got caught doing something you weren't supposed to.
Right.
That is
So-
true because we used to years ago. We used to live on the other side of East Street, and we were small, and everybody knew us. Everybody knew my mom and dad.
Yep,
We
everybody
would
knew where you
get
lived.
caught doing something. They would call my mom right away.
Yeah.
Even before you got home, your mom knew.
Yep.
Yeah.
My mom would come home from work, and she was already waiting for me.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, I hear a lot of
"Ooh-wee."
stories about the river. From my parents, they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, the river," and I'm like, "Really?" Because me growing up, I never saw it like that.
Yeah.
Is the way it is now. Somewhat. And I'm like, man, that'd be cool, man. I wish I could have grew up around that time.
Yeah.
When the river was like a real thing out here. That's
Well,
cool.
it was cleaned up in the sense of all the growth that's in there right now, the trees and everything, and that's another thing that's changed it. So that's why they can't go down there and clean it, because they have growth of trees and bushes and everything. There's animals living in it.
Right.
So you can't hurt them. You got to be careful. They can't go in there and clean. It gets clean when a fire starts, and then they can go in there and remove all the dead, everything that burned and get it going. But when we were growing up, it was cleaned at least twice a year. They'd go in there with dozers, clean it and everything, and you had a river. And we went down there and
that's
and
cool.
just sitting in it. It was
Right.
it was still
That was
as little as it is now, but
Yeah.
it was fun.
Oh, that
It was
That's
fun.
cool.
sounds fun.
So before you started working for the city, what jobs did you have before? What inspired you to actually become a city employee?
I worked at the cement plant.
Okay.
And back in those days, not like it is now, but back in those days, you had to know somebody who worked at the cement plant to get you in because they actually had to vouch for you. So my grandfather worked for them, all my uncles worked for them and everything. So when I got hired onto them, I liked that type of work because it's good money. You know, if you can do that type of work, it's good money. As you ladies out there, don't worry about how cold it is. Don't worry about how hot is it. The day you get your check, you can go get your nails done.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good. But that type of work is good money for us. You work at your own pace. So I liked hard work. I liked the money that I made. When they cut back at the cement plant, then I got laid off. But then I applied at the city. When I applied at the city, I applied as a laborer. 900 people were in line.
Wow.
It was back in 1985.
Okay.
900 people stood in line at 3 o'clock in the morning to whenever it started getting.
Oh,
and
man.
then that's when the city started saying, okay, well, we're going to take applications just till the first 50 qualified, because back in the days, that's how many people would show up for that type of work.
Oh my God.
So, and I got hired on as a laborer and never looked back.
Never
since.
looked back.
Never looked back. I loved my job.
Yeah.
I loved, if I wouldn't have run office, I'd probably still be working.
Right.
Nice, nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's how much I liked it.
Yeah, you know, I have a lot of family members who, you know, worked at the plant, retired from the plant.
Yep.
It's like a part of our culture.
Yeah, it's
you
part
know?
of our culture. It's who we are.
Yeah,
You know?
it is. Every time I drive by it, you know, or I'm with my mom, she goes, "Oh, there's the Blinta," you know, how
Yeah.
she always says it, you know, because like my grandpa worked there, you know, it's cool, you know, it's a kind of like a landmark out here,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Payday was
Historical.
good back in the day, because back in the day before they had automatic deposit, you got a paper check.
Automatic deposit.
Right,
So we
right.
all
Yeah.
got paid on Thursdays, every other Thursdays, and all the wives were down there lined up in their cars, and they'd walk out with their check, hand it over, and
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
back inside and go to work. But that's what it was, or you cashed it at the barrel house.
The barrel house.
barrel
right
house,
here.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then you had your account there. You had to square up your account, and then you could cash your check.
Yeah.
Bad. Being here for all these years, like, are you in awe of the way that Victorville has where it is now?
Where it blew up?
Yeah, like from, you know, you remembering how it was when you were growing up to where it is now. Are you in awe, or was this something you kind of expected how it was going to be?
Not the way it is, because in 1985, 23,000 people lived in the city of Victorville. So we were watching it back then, 23,000. Today, 135,000 people live.
Tripled, quadrupled.
Quadrupled 10 times and everything.
Yeah.
But the different kind of people, because back in the day, like you said, everybody knew you, everybody talked to you. You know, we all got along. Yeah, you had your scrapes with people, but you knew who they were.
Yeah.
And it didn't turn into anything else but that.
Right.
So along with growth comes all other kinds of problems.
Yeah.
You know, and not problems in the sense crime, you know, different kinds of people come up in the sense of why they were up here and everything. I had some friends that got told they had to move up here because they were getting in too much trouble down the hill.
Yeah.
So their probation officer moved them up here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that happened to a lot of people. So along comes with growth comes other problems.
Yeah.
But with that also comes, so like me now being a council member, more people come up here, more people spend money. The more people that spend money, our budget gets bigger.
Right.
And then we can do other things of police officers, fire officers and everything. And then start going after the different stores to come up here and, you know, start building.
Right.
We're now going to get a Five Guys. They just started
Yeah.
building. They started
Nice.
remodeling. Yeah.
I seen
Yeah.
that.
So
That's good.
it's good. It's good for us.
Oh, yeah,
But
for
we'll
sure.
never get out of the things going down the hill. We used to go down the hill
For everything, huh?
For everything. School clothes shopping.
Entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment, nice, you know, meal and everything like that. That's just down the hill.
Right.
That's just what they have down there, what we have up here. But we're bringing everything up here.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear, right?
Yeah. So, other things are moving up. We just don't let it know until all the paperwork's signed.
Yeah.
Because there's other cities around us and everything too that everybody's vying for that tax dollar. So
Working for the city as a public worker, what are some of the struggles and challenges that you've seen during your time working for the city as a public worker?
when I got hired on in 1985, there was only 2 females that worked for the city of Victorville.
Wow.
Yeah, out of everybody, parks, public works, facilities, just 2 of us.
Yeah.
Back in the days, you had to actually, show that you could do the job.
Yeah.
Show that you could out shovel them and that you could work right alongside with them, hot and cold and everything like that.
Yeah.
nowadays you're protected. There's so many laws now, so many laws of, you know, that we're all equal.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, no matter, you know, you're she, or her, or, you know, they, them, and all that, we're all equal. Wow.
Yeah.
And they can't do anything to change it, or, I don't want to say hurt you, but, you know,
Discriminate you.
discriminate you. You have more rights now in all your jobs, that everybody's protected.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's in a kind of way, it's true. Women can do the same job that men do, to a certain extent. But I mean, they shouldn't be, what do you call it?
Discriminated from that.
Discriminated from that.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's certain things that, you know, right off the bat, when I got hired, you had to lift 100 pounds.
Yeah.
100. Luckily, I'd worked at the plant, so I could.
Right.
You know, but they got rid of that, of the lifting, because there's some men out there that can't lift 100
Yeah.
pounds.
No.
That's true.
Not
But
at
that-
a
what is
dead
it?
weight.
That is
yeah.
true.
What is it now? They dropped it to 50 pounds, right?
No, now that it's not a
requirement?
It's not a requirement.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's not a
Wow.
requirement in the sense you have to be able to lift certain one. Now they do tell you will be doing, you know,
Constant lifting.
constant lifting, bending,
Yeah.
you know, walking, heat, cold,
Yeah.
all that they have to let you know.
Right.
You know,
Nice.
so they have to hire you now off your experience, off what you know, how you interview and everything like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
You know, so it's
Wow.
kind of fair. It's,
Yeah.
That's good.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
fair.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least things have changed from what it was back then.
But like I said, a lot of women are afraid to go even interview.
Right.
And you shouldn't be. None of us should be.
Yeah.
You know, none of us should be afraid to go interview. For the people that have records, go interview.
Right.
If you're a good worker and everything, the past is behind you. As long as you're not bringing none of that into your workplace, we're good with you.
Yeah.
We're good with you, and apply and, you know, see if you qualify.
Yeah.
Because what you know, what you've learned, you know, a lot of people get degrees while they're away on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's
And
true.
how many years was it, Liz, that you worked for?
34 years.
34 years.
34
34
years.
years.
And the only reason I retired because I ran for council. I didn't like the way council was being ran back in 2020.
See, that's a great segue because
Yeah.
that was my next question was, you know, we kind of answered it a little bit, but like while you were getting close to, you know, retirement, even being in the, you know, in your mind or whatever, was also running for council and all that. Like when did you start thinking about that?
Right when, so you have to sign up in July. And we were talking about it and everything. And one of the guys at work, because we were talking mess and everything, he goes, you know what? You got a choice. Either shut up about it or do something about it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Make a change.
Right.
Yeah, make a change.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. So I went over to City Hall, signed the paperwork, and started running. And then life took a dive for everybody. That's when COVID started.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we weren't
That was
allowed to
hard.
be, we weren't allowed to, you know, go out and campaign or anything. And digital really hadn't taken, you know, hadn't blown up and everything
Yeah,
like
the
that.
way it is, yeah.
Not the way it is now. So I put up a couple of signs and I said, okay, let's see what happens, and put the word out. And 23 people decided to either do something about it. I came out on top.
Wow.
So
Nice.
That's
but-
good. Wow.
So, Liz, I have another question for you. What is the day like for you as mayor of Victorville?
So on a day-to-day basis, the way the city of Victorville is ran, we have a city manager that runs the day-to-day operation with the employees. Because you don't want an employee to be out there thinking, oh, the mayor's on scene, the mayor's on scene. We're not like Los Angeles. Los Angeles, Karen Bass runs the city of Los Angeles.
Okay.
She is the city manager. Here we have a city manager, so he reports to us. This way the employees don't feel like, you know, because there's 5 people. There's 5 people on council. You don't want to have to drive up to, you know, employees that are out there working and then being worried, you know, oh, did we say the right thing? Did we? They work for him. So if I have like council meetings and everything, I'm in meetings before them reviewing the agenda.
Okay.
Why are we voting on this? What are we doing here? What are we doing there? And then like every week I have a meeting with the city manager and he gives me updates, you know, hey, we've been talking to these businesses, we've been talking to those businesses. The, you know, the person that got up and talked during public comment because she got a ticket because her yard wasn't landscaped. This is what we're doing now to help her. This is, I get updated on everything else that's running. The day-to-day operations, in the sense why we patching potholes, he takes care of all that. And then I do a lot of ribbon cutting and everything.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
Oh, that's good to know.
Nice.
there's like the Rotary clubs that like us to go talk, podcasts that like us
Yeah.
to go, you know, speak with them and everything. But it's just like that. It isn't like LA. It isn't like you see with the bigger cities. So in the bigger cities, each council member has a district, but they have a budget for that district.
Okay.
So the money gets spent in that district. We all share the same dollar.
Is it the CDBG
Yeah.
funding?
Well, that's separate for certain areas.
Okay.
So that gets sent from San Bernardino down here, and they say, okay, these areas you get extra money because they're blighted, they're older, they need more money to, keep it at a certain level. And, so that's how we spend. And then, people give us applications. I want to do this, I want to do that. Then we put money for like downtown. We put in some money to change the facades.
Right.
Yes.
We're giving the business owners $50,000 to update and change their facade to help them.
So
Yeah.
they have to apply for the.
They have to apply for the money.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, we're helping. Now, on the background, how they, how long they have to be in the building or things like that, that all gets taken care of at City Hall.
Okay.
But they're there to help,
Nice.
And if they're not there to help, I gave you my number. Call
That's
me.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Call her right now if you guys
call.
want that.
Not right now. She's doing it.
No, right now,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's in an interview with-
Somebody's calling me because I hear the phone vibrate. I feel the phone vibrating.
now, Liz, how did you feel when you became mayor? Knowing the roots of Victorville, knowing how much work you put in throughout the years. How did it feel when you became mayor?
It was a trip because, like I said, back in the day when I was growing up, more people thought I'd be in jail than mayor.
I think it happens to everybody.
Yeah. More people like,
Yeah.
oh, you didn't get locked up? No, I didn't get locked up. So, yeah.
So you're a traviesa?
Oh, big time. Big time. Ask his mama.
Oh man.
Ask his grandma, his mother-in-law. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a feeling inside because I lost my mom when I was 13. So everything I completed in life after that, schooling and kids and marriage and everything like that and work, I didn't get to share that with my mom.
Yeah.
Everybody likes sharing the good news,
Yeah.
what
Right.
happens in
With your
life,
family, yeah.
with the family. So, I took it in stride and I, told my husband and everything, told the kids and everything, and have been running with it ever since.
Shoot, we were super excited for you.
Yeah, we
We were
were.
like, what?
Yeah, that's why I said a lot of people, were shocked.
Yeah.
But I had prayers behind me and everything, and getting me to this point, I still have.
You know what though? I could understand like maybe the shock part, but at the same time, it was like it fit though. Like it was
Perfect.
kind of. It was at the same
Perfect.
time. It was like that's right. Like
Yeah.
that's about right. Like that's
Yeah.
the person right there who should be at the head table. Making decisions. Like it made sense at the same time.
Because that's all I care about.
Right.
I was born, raised, made a family here and everything like that.
whole
Because I
roots.
care what happens to us.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
and you've been putting so much work in this city, like
Literally.
who
Like
better
literally.
Yeah.
who better to have you
Yeah.
to run it?
Yeah.
You know the ins and outs. You know what problems are going on, what needs to get fixed, what doesn't need to get fixed. So it was perfect.
Anyways.
Like with me, a lot of people say, "Oh, Victorville."
Right.
Well, you don't want it to be Victorville. Get involved.
Exactly.
Right.
If you see something, and it sounds corny, if you see something, say something.
Yeah.
If you know your neighbor's up to no good, go over there and tell them, you know what, dude, not here. I got kids, I got a family. Don't bring it around here.
Right.
But everyone just turns a blind eye.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of it.
Exactly.
I don't want to
Victorville.
be involved. I don't want to be
Yeah.
a,
It's like,
cause
well,
a snitch.
stop making all these victims
Exactly.
in.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You know what I mean?
But yeah, you're right. That people, there's a lot of talk, but there's not enough standing up
Involvement.
and actually do something about it. Roll up
Yep.
your sleeves. Say, you know what? Then if no one's gonna do it, or if it's not gonna change, I'm gonna try my best
Yeah.
to make a difference.
Because like a lot of people in the neighborhoods that we're trying to fix up and everything, well, I got a ticket. Okay, well, we don't want just dirt in the neighborhood. Put rock, do something, and then we got a lot of people, that are veterans or viejitos or, get your neighbors involved. Get your neighbors to help, put it because
Or the kids,
The young ones. The young
Yeah.
ones.
kids in the
Exactly.
neighborhood.
because there's a lot of groups out there, the Key Club, a lot of the kids at school have to do volunteer hours. Go to your neighbor. Figure out what your neighbor needs help with.
Community
Right.
service.
Exactly.
We got to be part of this, the solution, not the problem.
Exactly. And that's all of us. You
know
don't
what I
have to
mean?
be on council to be part of the,
That's
solution.
right.
Yeah.
You don't
right.
have to be on council. Mm-hmm.
So I like to see like the passion that you have. You know, I wasn't born and raised here, but I've been here for 30 years, and I just like to.
That's good enough.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And you know, you have this slogan that I've seen on your social media, and I've heard you say, you know, about.
Of the community, for the community.
Yes. Can you give us talk to us about that?
I feel I was born and raised here. I was, like I said, I was born across tracks. All I've known, think about it. I just worked for the cement plant 1 year. Then I went to work for the city. So all I know is serving the citizens of the city of Victorville. That's all I know. You know, it's not about the check. It's not about the money. It was about service. It was about looking. We cleaned the street. We fixed the street. You know, we fixed up a park. We made everything better. And that's what I got drilled in me. Make it better. You know, make it, you know, my dad used to tell me, make it better than with the way you found it.
Yeah.
You know, if you borrow something, return it back better than the way you got it.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like that.
'cause
It's like giving a place for people to enjoy,
yeah.
you know, because there's not a lot of spots. Well, there wasn't a lot of spots out here before, and now it's starting to build.
It is.
starting
it
to
is.
build little
You
by
know,
little.
Right.
There isn't a lot for us to do in the sense, because like I said, of, you know, like water parks or things like that. But those are changing. Each park in the city of Victorville is going to get a splash pad.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's going to get a splash pad.
Oh,
It's
you
a-
better get your floaties and you know what
I'll
I'm
be
saying?
there. I'm gonna
Get
all
be
that
there
ready.
swimming. I'm gonna be swimming.
No, you know
You'll be there
what?
splashing up the water.
Sunscreen, you know, to get real oily out
Gotta
there.
get that nose. Gotta get that nose.
No, you know what? So I kind of want to tap into a couple of like the main concerns that, you know, we've heard over the years or even nowadays with city of Victorville, like public safety and like the homelessness, you know, like that's always kind of been around. A lot of people always say, they always bring up like those topics. What are some of the things that we are planning to address that, or even like things that we have done already with those two
Okay, so
concerns?
homelessness, we made a $42 million wellness center where they can go down there and stay
By
3
Evadale.
months. Yes, by Evadale,
Right.
across tracks where we were from. And they help them, if they're veterans, they make sure they're getting their benefits. They make sure they got their IDs. They make sure they got their medication. They make sure if they're injured, they help them through all that because there's medical services down there.
Beautiful.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Even
so
counseling, like for
even-
mental
yes.
health
Yep,
and all that.
Yep.
They got the whole shebang there.
You know, so they help them down there. People say that our homelessness is out of control. Well, you know why our homelessness is out of control? Because the homeless people talk within themselves.
They do.
And the other homeless people tell them, come here to the high desert. Because they like giving you money. They like giving you food. They like giving you clothes. How many times are you getting off the freeway and you see the car in front of you handing dollars,
All the
Yes,
time.
$5,
all the time.
All the time.
You know, if we would, instead of handing it to them, donate to the wellness center and say, here, expand.
Right.
Here you go, get different services. They talk within themselves. We have more outside services from our churches, from our groups that help the homeless. That's why they come here, because we do feed them. We do care about them. We give them jackets.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
they hand out
Yeah,
blankets.
we have homeless events and
Yeah.
stuff like that during the
Exactly.
holidays and stuff.
So
I
you
never
don't-
thought of it that way.
That's why they come here.
Yeah.
They can see it easy.
Yeah, well, and then people say that, about the jails, they get released. So state law says any jail, when you're released out of jail, you have to be taken to a transportation center.
Correct.
Where you can catch a bus, you can catch a train, or somebody can come and pick you up. 99% of the people that are released from jail and they come back out, and they had a phone with them when they were arrested. Well, they don't charge your phone while you're in jail. They don't make sure you have a charged phone.
Yeah.
When you come out, you're giving your phone, you're
That's
giving
it.
your stuff, and that's
The
it.
way
Here-
it is.
Yeah, and here's your $56 check.
Wow.
Half the time, a lot of them throw their wallet to whoever's saying here. So when they're released, they don't have no ID. They
Right,
don't have
nothing.
nothing. They don't have a phone. They don't have
They
anything.
can't cash no check.
There you go.
They can't do that money that they give them is pretty much
They can't-
useless.
Yeah, with no ID.
And exactly. And where are you going to go to make a call? Before you could pick up a payphone and say, I want to
no
make a collect phone.
payphones.
There ain't no
Not
payphone.
anymore. Yeah.
How many people can come up to you and say, hey, dude, can you make a call for me? It's like, stand back, get away from me.
Get away, I don't know you.
Exactly.
Right.
My kids are around here. Get back up.
Exactly. All of us do it. I do it.
Yeah.
So we gotta help them in the sense when they're, released, let somebody know. A lot of the times, like I said, I have friends. They call you in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, grab your stuff, grab your bunk, let's go. It's your release date.
Yeah.
And you're like, I didn't tell anybody. You were arrested down in Rancho Cucamonga because anybody in San Bernardino County who's going to do more than a couple of months
Goes to West Valley.
goes to West Valley or Adelanto.
Yeah.
Right.
And, they tell them, here you go, roll up your bunk, let's go. You're being
You're
released.
out. Yep, you're out.
Wow.
You're
The
out.
last second, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, they get out here and some of them, they come up to you and they say, I don't want money. Just make a call.
Yeah.
Call my wife, call my mom, call somebody to come
give
and
me a
get
ride.
me. Yeah. I don't know where I'm at. Where is this place? You know?
Right. Wow. Never
It's
thought
hard,
of it
yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
we got to help them get to where they need to be, and then or if they're not, they fall back in the same thing that put them in jail.
Same cycle.
Same cycle.
Yeah.
They end up here. Nobody wants them because they were the troublemaker. Nobody wants them because they, stay away from the house.
Yeah.
Got it.
And they show up
Yeah.
here.
Wow.
I'm not saying take them home, but make a call for them.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said, some other cities they'll give them the option. Either you go to jail or you move somewhere else.
There you go.
You got to move up the hill to Victorville or Barstow or something, but we don't want you here.
Yeah, somewhere in San Bernardino County
Yeah.
where your probation officer
Yeah.
can still keep an eye on you.
But we just don't want you in the town.
Yeah. Is that fair to us?
No, it's not.
No.
But they do the same with us. Here that it's like a domino. It's like a shell game.
It's
Yeah.
shuffling.
Yep.
So do you think that's ever going to change? Like, obviously, it has to go higher up to the Senate, and then
It has to start at the
start
state.
somewhere at the state.
Is it? Did it change? The people up at the top, and I was going to say something else, but I'll leave it alone. You can now steal $950 and walk out the door, and they can't do
Exactly.
nothing to you. Hopefully, when we voted again, it's going to bring it back down. But you made it legal to walk in and grab an 80-inch screen TV and walk
And not
out,
get in trouble.
and they can't do nothing. So what do? You're telling people it's okay. It's okay for you to be a crook. It's okay for you to steal.
Right.
And I think that's why people
I
get
hear-
discouraged too.
I
So-
hear it all the time. Molly. She works at Marshall's, and they go in there and get carts full,
And walk.
That's crazy.
carts full, and they can't even touch them.
Yeah.
Can't do nothing. They just let them.
They just got to watch them and watch them.
And people are standing there recording
all,
it.
yeah.
everybody.
All
You
they
know what
can
I
tell
mean?
them is, sir, the cash register is this way. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
That's
Wow.
it. They get a lawsuit. I mean, you'll be in big trouble.
Exactly.
It's
So
crazy.
Wow.
what do we do?
Yeah, exactly.
What do we do? We ain't gonna sit there and say $951. Now you're going to jail because good luck stopping them.
Yeah, true.
It's got to change, like you said at the top.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now,
Uh-oh.
don't get scared now. Don't get scared. Now, with that, what would be the impacts with that new police station that's coming?
The new police station we're building it out for 20 years, population 20 years from now.
Okay.
So we can figure out how much our population is growing over the years.
Yeah.
We'll figure out where we'll be population-wise 20 years from now. We're going to make a station big enough for that many deputies.
It looks big.
We're going to make a station big enough where enough deputies can be there, the interview rooms, where they can be there and,
Do it all in one place.
do it all in one place. Right now, where they're at, they're racking and stacking their cars too deep.
Yeah.
So-
It looks like my work.
Exactly. It looks like a used car lot. You're going,
Yeah.
I'll take the 1/3
Yeah.
back.
That's how we are right now. We have so many cars, we don't got nowhere to park.
Exactly. So we're going to build it for 20 years from now.
Wow.
And, as we grow, we won't need to say, where are we going to put the deputies? Because right now, when they're changing shifts and everything, they're crammed in there. And, they've made it better as the way they can at the station.
Right.
So what we need to do is make it better for them so they can get their job done. They can bring the kids in.
Be more
Then-
sufficient.
Exactly. Because right now when they take a kid away from a parent, there's no safe place to take the child to make sure they're okay. They don't want to take them to a jail. They
Right.
don't want to take them to a hospital. They don't want to sit them in the back of a car.
You know,
Right.
scare them.
They want to take them to a room where there's toys and a TV and it's bright in there for them.
Now, is there any cities out there like that have something like that, or because I know Victorville is the first of a lot of things. Like we do a lot of things the first for anybody. Is that? I've never heard anything like that.
We look at other stations and we talk to the deputies on what their needs are.
Oh, okay.
What have you had to do? Where have you had to come? And like they said, they've arrested parents where they had to bring the kids with them because
There's nobody there.
Yeah, there's nobody there, and now they put them and they see mom and dad sitting chained to a bench and everything. Yeah, no, they
Right.
don't. They don't want to do that. They want to make it a better place for them.
Wow.
Someone gets hurt from their spouse, male, female. They don't want to take them and sit them in an interview room.
yeah. And that's going to be right there on Civic Drive, right?
Caddy corner from the courthouse.
Oh, okay. So,
which
it's right
would
there.
be in front of the Chevrolet dealer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, in front of
Not-
the GM.
Yeah,
Yeah,
GM,
where I
sorry,
work at. So,
sorry.
yeah, Chevy. Hey, Chevy and GM are two different.
Sorry about
we
that.
beef it. We beef it. No.
Sorry about that.
Oh, so that's where it's gonna be, right?
9 acres.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
9 acres.
I was just telling them the other day, why don't they buy off some of that lot and make a freaking parking lot?
Oh,
That's
there you
ours.
go. That's
ours
cool.
now.
Oh.
That's
That
ours
is
now.
cool.
See,
Don't touch it.
what better?
Don't touch it.
What? Don't shush. Don't shush.
Don't touch.
What better people to ask, than the police officers that work there and they see the struggle. That's a great thing to do, is to find out through them, because they do it every day.
Yep.
They know what they need, what they don't need.
And we don't.
Yeah, we can only assume, but the ones that really know is them.
Yep. And that's what we've got them involved in the in and out and how to park, because they have personal cars like the rest of us.
Yes.
Right.
They don't want them out there,
don't wanna get
because
vandalized.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So
And especially that they know that it's a police officer car. They'd be like, oh, you know what? He arrested me last time. I'm going to go vandalize his car.
yep. So
Wow. So for the people who may not be familiar, what is Measure P?
So Measure P was a 1-cent sales tax that was passed in 2020. So instead of like you paying 7.75% off whatever you buy that's taxable, now you pay 8.75%. So off our taxes, before we got 1 penny off each dollar you spent. Now we get 2 pennies. Doesn't sound like a lot, but
Well, that could add up.
pennies
Yeah.
equal up to $34 million a year
Yeah, I was going to
in
say
this
that.
city.
It sounds like that could add up.
$34 million a
$34
year.
million a year.
Wow.
Because
lot of
of
money.
everything you buy, from
That's why-
groceries to now certain food is taxable, certain isn't. Your cars, TVs, gasoline, all
Everything.
of that, everything that's taxable, we get 2 cents on every dollar you spend.
Okay.
Dang.
And that's how we're able to. We stood up our fire department. We've bought 3 large engines, and we're waiting for our 3 rescue engines. So those box ones you see,
Yeah.
like they put passengers in, like down the hill.
Yeah.
We're waiting for 3 of them to be delivered because we bought them outright. Let's go get them built.
Wow.
And quicker
That's
than
awesome.
we can. Yeah.
Wow. So another big concern, we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, was better jobs in Victorville.
Yes.
A lot of people, always say, if you want a good job, to get paid good money, you got to go down the hill, just like we were saying earlier.
Not anymore.
What can we be looking forward to, in the next 15, 20 years, or even soon, as far as better jobs in Victorville?
So SCLA, which is the old Georgia Air Force Base.
Yeah.
Okay.
SCLA, Amazon large items,
Yes.
and it's weird because Amazon has different things. They have large item Amazon. They have your little, what we order, keys and
Last
makeup
stop.
and all that last stop. So they opened up a warehouse, 1 million square feet, out at SCLA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper Snapple, SCLA.
Yeah.
Goodyear, SCLA. GE, SCLA. We just approved 17 million square foot warehouses out there.
Wow.
They're not built yet, but since we're getting everything ready, we have warehouses out there. A lot of people don't know about even
Out there,
that
right
place.
by the airport.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
take
yeah.
Village out to Air Expressway.
And then you make a
And
left,
you
and you
make
go
a
up.
left, yep.
Yeah, I seen it when if you're going towards
Adelanto.
Atlanta.
If you have any business in Adelanto, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
that's good, because that's always been something that even growing up here, everybody's always like, well, you got to go down the hill and this and that. And no one doesn't like the 15.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
So speaking of the 15, we got something big coming up as far as.
Oh, yeah.
Brightline.
Yes.
Right.
Brightline is a privately owned railway. So what's going to happen is Metrolink, the actual Metrolink, is going to
Yes.
bring you from Ranch Cucamonga to the first station, which would be the Joshua Street off-ramp. from right there.
Okay.
You'll change trains. You'll get on a Brightline train from there, and it'll take you to Vegas. You're going to be able to go 180 miles an hour. They're figuring an hour, 15 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes to get you from Hesperia to Vegas.
Beautiful. I'll be over there every
yes.
weekend.
Hey, looks
What
like we're
about
going
the
to Vegas a
maintenance
lot
on
more,
that?
huh?
Looks like we're doing that.
Yeah, we'll do the first podcast on the train.
Oh, we're doing.
Yes.
Come on, Rafa, let's go to Vegas.
go,
We'll be
Rafa,
back.
Rafa,
We'll be back.
We're doing overnighters. We're doing overnighters.
Oh my God. Now that's a real turnaround.
Yeah.
Rafa's all like, you guys are going to get me in trouble.
Now with that the bullet train, right? Is that what's called? Bullet
That's
train,
what they
speed
call it,
train?
yeah.
What kind of benefits is that going to bring for the city of Victorville?
So if you don't want to drive all the way to Vegas, because we've seen it, on holidays, it can take you 8 hours to get from Vegas to LA.
Wow.
8 hours. But a lot of people still want their cars. We're creatures of habit because Southern California, trying to take our cars away from us, like pulling teeth without,
I know.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to give up our cars.
I know.
Yeah, so,
Pulling teeth.
yeah, so we're still going to let you have your car to a certain point, but, it should be better for us. People will drive up here. People will figure it out. Businesses will start coming here and everything like that to service all these people getting on the train and going. A lot of them are going to be coming back from Vegas, and they're still not going to be in the condition to drive.
Now that's kind of scary too, because you're talking about having people come up here, and now that could also attract people that
We don't want?
we don't want. Correct.
So, going to Vegas is going to Vegas. Who's going to Vegas? We got to be adults.
What goes to
about it,
Vegas stays in Vegas.
Exactly. That's like going to Steerenstein instead of having 2 of the 32 ounces.
Yes. Yes.
You got to know your limit.
Right.
So we can't tell you how much to drink. We can't tell you how much to party and stay off the roadways.
Yeah.
That's been forever. That's not a city of Victorville thing. A lot of people,
That's just the law.
that's just the law. So if you're going to drink and drive, whether you're here or in Vegas or in Rancho Cucamonga, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
So we hope that people are more,
Cautious of how much they drink and
True.
and not to be drinking and driving if they're not impaired.
yeah, and that has nothing to do about it's a city of Victorville. Everyone.
That's in general. That's anywhere you go.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll be able to get our people from Victorville to be able to have jobs working on
There'll be
that project.
1,000 full-time jobs
Wow.
total, in the sense of
Okay.
the people that work on it, the people that actually are in the train, because they're going to have
Conductors.
the conductors. They're going to have a bar in there.
Wow.
They're going to have people
there gonna-
taking care of the stops and
Is there
everything.
going to be security in there?
Yeah, on the
Okay.
train
On the
and
train
in the,
and the
in
stations.
station. They're going to have their own.
Their own security.
Whether they're going to call it a police force, I do not know, but they're going to have their own security.
Wow. See, that's good too, because in the sense of having that, now people don't have to put so much miles in their cars.
No.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
No.
now you're saving on the life of your car.
Or you're going to have a good time. You're going for a bachelorette party, or
Right.
you're going for a bachelor party, or you're going to watch the Raiders.
Right.
Think about it. Go watch
Right.
the Raiders and come back
Come
in
right
a
back.
weekend,
Ooh, that's, I mean,
and still have a good time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
not be
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah. I know. As soon as
Yeah.
that came out, everybody was really excited about that.
So, and then another one that has been, and not kept quiet, but we're barely in the station of getting our environmental reports and everything. Metrolink is looking at from Lancaster to Victorville.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
By the
gonna
That's
be
base.
nice. That's,
That's coming
that's
too.
nice.
So that's going to come from Lancaster to Victorville. You'll be able to get off in the station, get on Brightline, and head over there.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
everybody
that's
who
nice.
lives in Santa Clarita, that area that wants to come to Vegas, instead of going Santa Clarita, LA,
Dang.
Now we go to Six Flags.
you go
know.
to Six Flags or
Wow.
go the back way, to go to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
You know,
See,
go to
that's
Dodger
awesome.
Stadium.
That's awesome.
Man, our kids are gonna have it good. They're
Oh,
gonna know
bro.
about being in traffic on the 15
What,
or nothing.
where was that when we were growing up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wish we could
exactly.
have hopped to Vegas,
Shoot.
hopped on the train, go to Vegas. No, that's good though. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that is so needed. And I'm glad that things are finally, like I said, people always say, "Oh, we should do this, we should have that." You know what I mean? But now things are starting to be there now. So where it's like, well, what can you say now? Because all the stuff the people were complaining about, it's here now.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna complain about now? You know what I mean?
Yep.
But that's good. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
That's
know-
going to be awesome.
I remember when Chick-fil-A opened. What, it opened like 4 years ago?
4 years ago, yeah.
And that was
The
crazy.
That was
line-
popping.
Was
exactly.
crazy.
The line was like a mile long just to order A Chick-fil-A burger. Really?
Crazy.
Really? You're going to wait in
Yeah.
that line?
Oh, man.
Because we were excited.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you didn't have to go down to Rancho to get it.
Right.
That's what I'm
Or
saying.
Canes.
Or-
When Canes came
Yeah.
up in Hesperia, same thing.
But we're getting one.
We
Are
have
we?
one.
Another one?
Yeah,
We
we're
we
getting
have-
Raising Cane's.
Another one?
No, in
We have
Victor-
one.
in
Victorville.
Oh, in
Victorville.
Victorville, yeah.
Because there's
Victorville.
one in
On
Hesperia.
Hesperia.
Hesperia on Main Street. So we're getting ours. It's going to be between the Winco and the Chevron gas station on Roy Rogers.
Yeah.
It's close
See,
to
we
the
need a
house.
King Taco. King Taco, I'm telling you guys need to bring up here.
Yes, King Taco.
You guys will have a line like crazy. I mean, I'll be there every day.
I've been to the one that's under the bridge. I don't know which one, in which city that is. It's
Under the bridge.
That's the best one.
Oh,
eh?
that's the original one.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
that one.
that's the original. That's one that Molly and Robert.
That one is good.
Sorry, guys. Family members go to.
Yeah. So I've
Yeah.
been to that one. And
That's
yeah,
the
it
best.
was-
That's
yeah.
when you stand outside.
Exactly. Eat
Yeah.
under the bridge.
Yeah,
and you're like-
you're eating outside. There's no dining, nothing.
And I feel like people got to understand too that like the city of Victorville don't open, they don't start these businesses,
No,
right?
no.
They just allow
You-
businesses to come, right?
They
So-
encourage them.
So let's just say, you owned King Taco.
Okay.
We would call you or write to you saying, hey, the city of Victorville is interested. Are you interested in coming to us? And we can tell you, there's this area that's open to you. The demographics are this. The amount of people that pass through are this. The traffic counts are this. There's water. There's electricity. There's sewer already in the area.
We
don't
got
have to
what you need.
We
Oh.
got what you need. We can't force you to come here, but we can give you everything and tell you,
Yeah.
this is what we got available to you.
Yeah.
You don't have to put in new sewer lines or new electrical lines.
If you want to come, this is what what you're looking forward to.
See, people,
See?
that now you guys know how it works around here, because right away they think, man, the city of Victorville don't open it. It's like, it's not the city of Victorville. It's businesses
That come here.
that come here.
We get picked on, all the cities up here get picked on for the amount of car washes we have.
Right.
Okay. Well, the amount of car washes we have, folks, it is illegal in the state of California, not the city of Victorville, state of California, to wash your car in your driveway because of conservation.
Yeah, because water shortage, right?
Yeah. So if all these car washes, they want to come up here, the Duck or whatever other ones that are up here.
Wacky duck.
Yeah. Well, they come in and they have to fix up the area. They have to fix up the roadways. They have to fix up everything where they're going to build.
Okay.
And we're going to tell them, no, we don't want your car wash here, even though you're going to put a lawn and, fix up the area and put curb and gutter in.
That's
and,
crazy.
But how many empty car washes do you see? Those
Right.
type, where you drive through.
Oh, a lot.
Empty?
No, not
No,
no
not
more.
empty.
No, not no more.
Oh, when you drive.
It's a line.
Oh, okay, yeah, there is a line. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The ones that I see empty is like the
the
gas
portable
stations.
ones, yes.
The gas stations, the self wash ones.
Yeah, because
I like using those. I like using the self wash.
I don't like those because people have scrubbed dirt and
True.
But
they're in there. The bums are in there washing themselves.
The thing about these car washes though, that you drive through and then they offer the free vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you drive out and you can park. And you can
That's a plus.
Yeah, you got your vacuum and stuff
a
like
plus.
that. So
That's a plus.
I like it. I've been doing it. A lot lately.
and that's that's what I'm saying, folks. They have to recycle the water. Now they don't use it all the time for weeks. That's why sometimes when you're the last one to go through it, you're like, ooh, the water stinks, because they have to recycle.
Oh,
it.
so they recycle the water that's getting used.
Yes.
For the old part of Victorville, Route 66, what are the next steps for revamping?
So my son told me that when he moved to San Diego 15 years ago, Old Town San Diego looked like Old Town Victorville 15 years ago. Now the amount of businesses down there and everything like that is crazy. That's the only
I love
place we
going
go.
down
yeah,
there.
It's
yeah.
popping.
Yeah, I
Right
love
there
going
by,
down there.
District,
Padre,
right?
Yeah.
Gas
Yeah,
District.
by the stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is popping.
It was considered Old Town San Diego back in the day.
Okay.
So what we need to do is, we need to come down here and encourage businesses. Right now, we're gonna approve a plan from our architects. They're going to change the traffic pattern.
Okay.
So they're taking away the 2 lanes going up, 2 lanes coming down. It'll be 1 in each direction. So we'll now be able to park next to the buildings. You'll be able to park in front. You'll be like back in the day.
Right.
So let's encourage, you know, you to open up a coffee shop or, you know, a bread shop or something
Yeah,
where people
bakery or
can, a
something.
bakery.
Yeah.
Donut
or, you
shop.
know, a donut shop. Thank you. Me and you'll be there.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. I'm loving donuts.
exactly. A pizza joint or something. So what we can do is we can change to get you there. Now we need to get people to come down here. Yes, some of the people that hang out down here, they're human beings too, so we got to move them. We got to be able to have something to move them to. We're working on that. State of California just gave us $6.9 million to continue upgrading our wellness center, continue getting our code enforcement to move them down there. We can work on the roadways. We can fix up the area. We can say, okay, our part's done now, like you guys did down here. Look at this place. You know, the work he's put into it, you know, the studio here, what he's done is improve the area. What he's
Right.
done, you know.
Yeah.
It's shining light
Exactly.
on the area.
People
So-
know
And we
about
cannot
downtown.
we cannot ignore the fact that this is historic Route 66.
Exactly.
There's so much history.
People come from all over the world just to travel it.
Right.
I find that I find weird.
A little odd. A little odd.
Yeah,
They want to
can-
come through just
Yeah,
Who
drive.
wants to come through Victorville? You know what I mean?
Well, they come. I met a
'Cause
couple
it's
from
historic.
Germany,
Wow.
and they were driving the whole thing just to say they drove it.
I drove to Route 66.
Yeah,
That's
so,
true though.
You
It's
know,
because a lot of people don't know the history of Route 66
and
either.
so, but a lot of people like driving
Yeah.
it from one end to the other, and so they say I drove Route 66.
Yeah.
I did
Okay.
it. I did it.
So all we can do is do our part to get you here, make the roadways accessible, make parking accessible and everything like that. Because I'm like that too. I don't want to park in the back and have to walk around the front.
Right.
I want to be able to park in the front and walk
And
in.
walk right in.
Yep.
Right.
So we're gonna be doing that. It'll be front parking again and everything. So
Because they used to be parked right here. You were able to park right here in the front, right?
corner-wise diagonal.
Yeah.
Now you can't, right?
Now you can't because they wanted to
They
have
widened it?
bigger walkways and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, but now we've heard the people say, no, I want to park my car in front.
Yeah, then
wanna
it's
be-
dangerous. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't know who's lurking in the back right there at night when you're leaving your business or something.
Yep.
You never know. You might get mugged.
So
Yeah. What are some of the plans that the city of Victorville has for the youth?
So I do know I'm pushing for a sports complex. Remember where the old junior high was at?
Yeah.
Right here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
turn it into a sports complex for soccer fields, handball courts,
Basketball court.
pickleball. Never
Yeah.
played
Pickleball,
pickleball,
yeah.
but people play pickleball.
If it's there, I'll send my kids to be able to play.
You know,
What is
but-
it? Frisbee golf?
So one thing, frisbee golf. One thing we found now here in the desert with so many people coming. So we have leagues that are starting for soccer. You know, you start a league of your league and you want to play the other league. Well, there isn't enough fields for the kids to practice on to get everybody in.
Okay.
We'll have kids practicing t-ball on the same field out in the outfield.
That
or-
is true because
Yeah.
when I was a coach for soccer for the youth league in Victorville, it was like that.
Yeah.
We would have like a tiny corner, and
Yep.
then we would be like with 20 other teams trying to practice in the same field, and then you have the softball people trying to do that.
Yep,
It was just
T-ball and everything to
T-ball.
make
It
sure
was
they
hard.
couldn't hit it out
Yeah,
to-
it was
yeah.
hard.
So we only have so many fields where they can practice and everything. Down at Evadale is mainly the men's league or the
Yeah,
adult
the
leagues.
adult league.
Right.
So they take it over down there. We only have so many parks with those type of amenities where they can practice all that. So we make a sports complex. We can make it where you can have your practice down there. You can cut the field in half and one team gets one half and one team gets other.
That's Wow. nice.
Because you want them to be able to run up and down and get the sprinting they're going to have in a game.
Exercise.
Man, that is so good to hear because a lot of the questions we get is that old junior high spot. They're like,
Yeah.
what are we going to do with that spot? And that is perfect.
Yeah, we've talked to the school district. They're at the table. They're willing to, because they're not going to build another school there.
Okay.
Because
So-
they still own it, right?
Yeah, they still own
School
it.
district?
School district still owns it. So we're in talks with them of, let's turn it into a sports complex. Well, school district can't open up a sports complex, but we can.
Yeah.
You turn it into fields of, fields where they can play, fields
Right.
where everybody's safe.
That's amazing.
And you still have amenities in the middle. A splash pad, a playground.
Right.
Restrooms, a snack bar, and
Yeah.
you put it all in the middle, and then everything's around it.
Yeah.
Man,
that's
that
nice.
is- that'd be
That is
great.
nice.
So you bring a tournament down here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys ever been to soccer tournaments. I've been to Vegas soccer tournaments.
And they're big.
And we're there for 3 days
Yeah,
spending
they're
the amount
big.
of money.
They're
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah.
You know, hotels and then food and then, you know,
Yeah.
they have a carne asada there and everything like that. So
That'd be
it's-
nice to do that here.
Yes.
Oh, heck yeah.
have a
Like
place
you said,
to-
we can start
here.
hosting tournaments from outside and stuff like that.
We
That's,
can have local
great.
vendors set up, and
Yep.
it'll be a blast.
Have the food trucks be able to be in there, park in there
Yeah.
and say, you know, but it's something we're working on with Measure P money. It isn't just money,
Okay.
you know, these
Okay.
are things that,
It all
you know, we
connects.
got to be able to spend the money on different things, but we also got to make sure that our city is secure and we have a reserve, what's called a reserve. So if anything ever happens, COVID, you know, where everything's shut down, well, don't forget, everything's shut down. Money stopped coming into all the cities.
Right.
You know, all the taxes and all that slowed down, but the city still had to run day-to-day operations.
Yeah.
So you have a reserve where you can say, okay, instead of getting, you know, 9 million this quarter, we only got 2 because of it shut down.
Right.
Because we don't know what could happen. We could have, you know, a 100-year storm come through here. Some of you have seen the way we
Yeah.
get rain
Yeah.
some years, and it does damage. We have to have money to be able to fix that back up, to pay the employees to, you know, backfill and, you know, put the streets back the way they were and everything like that. So you have to have a reserve to make sure things like that happen.
Wow. And that is so cool for the youth, man. That is something to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
So we're going to start working on that. As soon as the registered voter says you won, then in 4 years, I'm hoping that we're ribbon cutting that center.
That's great.
4 years, huh?
Wow.
Nice.
I'm hoping.
I can't wait.
No, that's cool.
I can't wait.
So I kind of want to tag into that, you know, being up here for me for about 30 years and just other people around, they always complain, there's nothing to do up here, you know. But as far as like entertainment, you know how like Adelanto, they have the event center over there. Do we see that in the future for here in Victorville?
So the event center was a Class A.
Yeah.
A Class A baseball. Atlanta didn't build it, they inherited it.
Yes.
But
Sorry.
along with those event centers, you got to remember if you serve alcohol, the insurance has to happen through there. Fixing it up, keeping it up, and all that. In the sense, do you bring that amount, that, how could you say, liability, instead of, you know, investing in other things? We
Yeah.
can bring things up here, but we have to make sure they're going to be safe and we're not going to get in trouble on a day-to-day. Anything
Yeah.
can happen, and all you need is that one thing to happen.
That's it.
You know,
That one lawsuit.
exactly. So we need to make sure everything we do for the public is safe, and when we bring them, no one knew Route 91 was going to happen. It was packed.
Yeah.
Right.
It was packed, and yet MGM paid the price because they allowed him to stay there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
You know,
Well, I know you guys do little small events at like the parks,
Yeah.
local parks. You bring out,
Yeah, concert in the park.
concerts. See, that's cool.
yeah.
That
Concert-
how long have you guys started that doing that for?
I want to say it's 3-4 years because it used to be called, you know, where they were going into the parks and showing what the city could do, all
Yeah.
the equipment and everything. They'd bring all that, and then they turned it to concert in the park.
Is that how it started at
Yeah.
first? Is
Yeah.
for you know for people to come out and see what the city does and what kind of things they're doing for the community?
And it still does that. So every concert in the park, all the departments in relation to the city,
Yeah.
you want to see why my trash bill is so high, why my water,
Water,
bill,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
things like that. All the departments are there.
Yeah,
you
I
can
see
go up
that.
to someone and say, you know, why did I get a ticket? Well, because your water was running for 4 hours and it's running in the street, and you know,
That's where you go. That's where you want. That's where you want to go and get your answers. Your questions answered.
yeah,
You come out to those events at the same time. You can have fun.
you can.
Listen to music. Bring the kids. They have jumpers. I've seen that they have jumpers. They have food vendors.
Yep.
They have everything.
And then they have, like I said, questions where you can ask all the departments.
Wow.
And if they don't have your question, they can take down your name
And they'll give you a call back.
and give you a call back. Because I get it. A lot of people work down the hill, or a lot of people work. 5 o'clock comes around, 5:30 City Hall closes. I didn't get a chance to get in there.
Yeah.
No, I can't sit on hold for an hour waiting for customer service because, we went and we have 135,000 people here. Forget how many houses we have, but people have questions. My water bill came higher, my trash bill came higher. People think that we run the electricity. Well, how come my electric? Well, you got to call Southern California
Right.
Edison. You know, just because you live here, we don't run everything,
Right.
but we can let you know where you need to go.
Yeah. Bring entertainment here, like new businesses, which is a big focus that we want to do. What about the local small businesses that have been here for a while? Is there a lot of attention that the city still wants to bring to them too? We don't want to lose them.
No, we don't.
Also, right?
We want the small business owner because, you know, we want to be able, like, you know, your friend here,
Right.
he now does photo shoots here. I never knew that happened here. You know, so you have a place you can come. You have a place where you can do your podcast. You have a place where you can get help, things like that. We want to make sure he keeps his place open so it's not the homeless busting into it. It's not a place where bad things could happen.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure our small business owners stay in their business.
Right.
What we can do is we can help. Like I said, facade, not just down here, but they have other things for the small businesses to help them get through. Okay, what's going on? Why are you having trouble? You know, what happened? You know, our laws have changed in the sense of flavored tobaccos. So a lot of the liquor stores are going through. They had to clear their stock out,
Yeah.
not because of us, because of California.
Because of law.
Yep.
Because the law's changing.
Yep. There's some stuff that we don't. That's why when you vote statewide, you need to read what happened.
Yeah.
They sold it as flavored tobacco because they were saying the menthol cigarettes. Well, what no one realized was everything flavored.
Yeah.
Everything from chew to
everything,
cigarettes
everything.
to vape
Yeah.
is gone now.
What advice do you have for the vendors that are like on the corner of let's say a corner lot that don't have a license? What,
Like food trucks and
yeah,
stuff?
like no, not like food. Yeah, you can say food trucks or just the ones that are the small pop-ups.
Okay, so this is where small businesses or like California finally did some good. It's not illegal to be and I'm going to use it like that, a taco vendor on
Yes.
the corner, but go in, get your license. Right now in the city of Victorville, there's certain locations where you can go. I would love for mine over there off Village Drive
Yeah.
to set up over there. All you do is you set up, you figure out, okay, I got my business license, I got my health permit, I got all of that, and let's set up now at Village. So then they review it and they say, okay, yeah, the sidewalks are big enough where they can hold a taco vendor, they can hold a taco truck and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
But going to set up, and what we're trying to tell them is get your health permit because none of us want to get sick. I've been
Yeah.
sick when,
Yeah.
True.
all of us have who eat
Yeah.
off the,
Yeah.
who eat off the shopping cart.
Yeah.
One time or
Right,
another,
right,
we
right.
got
Yeah.
something bad, and
True.
Yeah.
but you can get something bad going to one of the local restaurants.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
that's anywhere. You can go
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah, you
and
get at a
sick and
5-star
get-
restaurant
and get
anywhere.
sick.
It could happen anytime.
Exactly.
And that's the thing is, and sometimes you'll taste the best foods out of small spots like that.
Yep.
And it's good that the city encourages them to go get their license because a lot of them don't have license.
No, and they do walk them through it. They don't just go over there. Now, if they go over there and they say, you don't got your license, we're going to shut you down. They don't knock over their food. They don't take their food. They tell them, you guys aren't legal right now. Get everything cleaned up, get everything tied up.
And go ahead and go.
And go ahead and go start getting all your paperwork taken care of.
Yeah.
They show up a couple more days later and they're there again. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is warning number 2.
Well, speaking of food,
Yeah.
I got to ask you, being a longtime resident in Victorville, what is some of your favorite places to eat or take your family, like throughout the years or even now? What are some of your favorite places to eat here in Victorville?
I dwell here in Victorville, yeah, but I also go out to like Apple Valley and everything.
Okay.
All the restaurants. I'm from the taco shop on the side to the one on Palmdale Road. That one's bomb
That
too.
one's good too.
They do homemade tortillas.
Yes,
there.
they do. Yes, they do. They do them right there in front of you.
My
Yep.
stomach's growling.
Yeah, exactly. To Raul's on Palmdale
yeah,
Road. That they
yes,
just,
yeah.
The menudo there?
Yeah, that
It's
they
fire.
just
They just came up
fixed
on a
it
new
and-
ownership.
Yep. To,
It looks nice in there now.
It does.
The Pancho Villas to get a
Yeah.
molcajete.
Oh.
Exactly. To going to BJ's for pizza,
Yeah.
going to Cracker Barrel
Yeah.
for breakfast.
Breakfast, yeah.
The roll 'em up taquitos. Those are my
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I like them all, and the family loves to eat. So
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
we go to all of them and everything
Yeah.
like that. That's why when at City Hall they pick on me because I can go to the AM/PM and get me a spicy dog and a drink.
Oh, yeah.
That don't bother me.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
best.
Exactly.
That's the best.
Spicy dog Funyuns and a drink.
Oh,
We're
heck
good.
yeah.
Yes.
Heck
You know, so it's what you make of it.
Right, for sure.
And it's the same thing of here.
Yeah, and
It's
I
what
love
you
how
make
like
of it.
the Daily Press, years ago started the best of the desert type of thing. So
Yes.
so when you go into these places out here, you see them have the plaque, whenever they won. You
Yep.
go to Apollo Burgers right here, and their whole wall's full of every year they win for like the best burger.
Yep.
And then you want to try it. You're like, oh, I want to try it.
And I
Oh,
used to go to them when they first started and everything.
Yeah.
And, I haven't been back, but that used to be the original Pioneer Chicken. Remember Pioneer Chicken from
I
down
do.
there?
Really?
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a Pioneer Chicken.
Oh,
When they
dang.
started. And when they closed down here, they opened, the Apollo Burger. It was bomb in there. I haven't been there in a while, but yeah, their burgers, it's like Manny's Burgers.
Yeah,
Same
Manny's.
thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. So,
Yeah, I feel like Apollo's was Manny's Burgers before Manny's Burgers. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly. I think maybe the cook got mad and said, I'm going to go open my own place.
Like we said in the beginning, it was a busy few months, because you were campaigning and all that. And is it safe to say that you won?
It hasn't been certified, but I'm hope along hope. It's 1,800 to 1,000, so it's
Okay.
looking good.
Well, either
It's
way,
looking good.
we want to give you some claps
love.
for that. You
Some
know what I mean?
love.
Because we're rooting for you. We've been rooting for you since day one.
Yes,
Like we said in the
yes.
beginning, we're very proud of you, and we love the backstory because now they get to really understand where your passion comes from, why you're so passionate about this city. Because of everything we just talked about.
Yep.
So we just wanted to say thank you. Personally, that's why we wanted to get you on the show. We're like, we got to tell her face to face. We could write you on Facebook, text you, but we want to do it this way.
Hold on. I think it's time for fire shots.
What shots fired?
Shots fired.
fired.
All right.
Shots
Okay.
fired.
Okay.
We'll set it up. Set it up. Let's do it.
I'll do it. I'll set it up. Hold on.
Now, for people who don't know, whenever you hear the term "shots fired," it's usually a negative thing. Shots fired. But we're gonna turn it around and make it a positive thing.
Yes.
So we're gonna start doing this thing on the show called "Shots Fired," to where we're all gonna, if you want to, you could take a shot, and then you pick what you're taking a shot for, and it could be anything.
Jack.
It could be anything. It could be because you got a coupon at McDonald's or something. I'm taking a shot for that, or because the Dodgers won. Whatever it is you want to take a shot for, you take a shot for. So we're gonna do shots fired. This is Nesto's, shots fired little segment of the show. We're
DJ Nesto.
We're gonna start doing that. I'll take some Jack too, bro.
I'd like to come back in 3 months, 6 months, a year.
There
I'd
we
like
go.
to
We'd
come
like
back.
to have you.
Okay.
And let's, have your viewers, have your, then when they know I'm going to be here, bring in questions. Of,
Okay.
we had a couple of people say, why this happened?
Rafa,
Why
let's
that
do it,
happened?
brother.
And I would like to come back and,
Okay.
and let the people know, when they say, why'd we do this? Why'd we do that? Well, or suggestions.
Right.
Because
That's a great idea.
Always listen to
Q&As,
people. Exactly. Always listen to people.
Yes, definitely, because the people's voice, man, that's where it comes down to, that the people are the ones, we're the everyday blue collar people, you know what I mean? We're the ones that live,
Rafa, you want one?
And like you said, have we, and no joking, have we called King Taco? Have we said,
Right.
are you guys interested in expanding?
King Taco, we're talking to you.
Nesto wants one.
King Taco,
Nesto's gonna
I'm
call
talking to you right now.
tomorrow.
I'm
Se
calling
habla
you.
español, le va a
calling you.
llamar. A los dueños
Bienvenidos a Victorville.
For sure. Well, you know what? Yeah, like you're right. That's a great idea. Eventually that's where we want to take the show. We want to start to where we have like a live audience here. And same thing, to ask questions and interact with them, make them laugh. They can make us laugh. You know what I mean? So
And figure out why they came here.
right.
Why they came here, what do we need to do? What can we do to make the everyday, day-to-day life better here?
Right.
Because if you're a productive citizen and everything, let's keep you here. Let's keep you happy. Let's keep your money local.
Right.
Because the more money, and I'm not just talking Victorville, I'm talking for the whole high desert.
Okay.
Because when we all come up, same thing in life, we all come up.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
just...
they're our neighbors. Apple Valley's our
exactly.
neighbor. Hesperia's our neighbor. Barstow, Atlanto, the whole
Exactly.
thing. That's great.
And,
That's a great idea.
when we come up, we all do.
Okay.
So...
I love that idea. All right, everybody ready? You guys shot? All right, everybody's got to say what they're, and you could take as much time as you want, explain your shot, whatever it is. It could be anything.
Okay, Mrs. Liz, you want to go first?
For the election and for the people of City of Victorville.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Nesto?
Mine goes to my family and my colleagues right here,
Okay.
and the mayor of Victorville.
Okay.
All right.
Cheersies. I just, for the podcast, for Rafa, for having us, my family, and just the passion that you have.
Okay.
Thank you.
I feel like it's only right. I got a Victor Valley Jackrabbit
Yep.
sweater on. We're in Old Town Victorville. We got the mayor of Victorville here.
Oh,
I just feel like this is a shot for the city of Victorville.
hey.
Salud.
Salud. Salud.
Ooh-wee. Well, Liz, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah,
Who
my
wants
voice
another
just
one?
went up 10 octaves.
Yeah. We should have did that in the beginning
Exactly.
of it.
To clear the, now at least I sound better.
I'm sorry, but the conversation was so good I couldn't stop.
Or like my 10th shot for the episode.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody in our High Def Entertainment team. We got
Yes.
2 other shows that we air all the time, which is Ferocious Fridays, hosted by Jay Legacy. We
Shout
have
out to Jay Legacy.
Yeah, the Play It Loud show, hosted by King DT.
King
Hey,
DT.
You know, and another shout out to Liz Becerra and for the city of Victorville and all the plans and the future
Yes.
that we got coming.
And Rafa
All right.
Productions. A shout out to
Rafa
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 Productions.
Productions.
Yep.
So the Rafa Productions and the Chop Shop, come on, folks, let's blow it up.
Yes. Please give us a like, a subscribe, and stay tuned for the
There we
next
go.
episode. Peace.
Peace.